The average American household will bleed nearly $2,000 on unscheduled vehicle repairs this year alone. That is not a maintenance schedule. That is a tax on bad decision-making. You buy a car for the brochure specs, the horsepower, the digital cockpit, the aggressive styling, and 3 years later, you are paying for the privilege of sitting in a loaner car while your luxury SUV gets its transmission rebuilt. I have spent 20 years turning wrenches, and I can tell you exactly which cars keep my kids in college and which ones actually get you to work on time. The industry calls it depreciation. I call it reality. Consumer Reports, J.D. Power, and real-world shop data for 2026 all point to the same truth. Smart money buys engineering, not marketing. If you want a car that refuses to die, stop looking at the sizzle and start looking at the steak. Let's get into the top 3 machines you should actually be driving. The Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. This is not a car, it is a promise. People complain it is boring, but boredom is the sound of your bank account staying full. The RAV4 Hybrid uses a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter engine paired with an eCVT that honestly makes traditional transmissions look like ancient history. There are no clutch packs to burn out, no torque converter to fail, and no turbocharger to overheat your oil. The electric motors are essentially bulletproof. You want to see 300,000 miles? This is your chariot. Resale value? It is practically a currency. Insurance companies love it because they never see it in the shop for major drivetrain failures. The Honda Civic 1.5-liter manual. Listen to me closely. If you have the skill to drive a manual, buy one. Why? Because you are opting out of the CVT gamble. I see CVTs in my shop every week, sluggish, droning, and expensive to replace when they inevitably overheat. The Civic manual puts you in control. The clutch is a simple wear item, a $300 fix if you are a terrible driver, maybe once every 10 years if you are a good one. Compared to a $3,000 transmission replacement, that's not just a preference, that's financial literacy. The 1.5-liter turbo engine is stout, but keep your oil clean. If you treat the engine with respect and shift the gears yourself, this car will outlive your desire to own it. The Mazda CX-30 2.0. Mazda is the only company left that seems to understand that simplicity is a luxury. While everyone else is squeezing power out of tiny, overstressed engines with turbos, Mazda keeps it simple with a naturally aspirated 2.0-liter block. It is a work of art. No carbon buildup on the intake valves, no turbo lag to worry about, and a 6-speed automatic that is geared for longevity, not just fuel economy. It feels premium because it is built with solid tolerances, not just fancy software. If you want a vehicle that doesn't feel like a rolling iPad that's one update away from crashing, this is your winner. We have covered the base, but now let's talk about the Zero-Gimmick Masters. Some of you think buying a luxury badge gets you reliability. You are wrong. You are buying a depreciating status symbol wrapped in proprietary sensors that fail the second the warranty expires. The Hyundai i30 1.6 MPI. This is not for the person who wants to impress their neighbor at the country club. This is for the person who wants to wake up, turn the key, and know their car is going to start. The 1.6-liter multi-point injection MPI engine is an industrial-grade survivor. Why? Because it doesn't have the complicated direct injection systems that clog up and choke your engine with carbon deposits at 50,000 miles. It's simple, it's fuel efficient, and when you pair it with a manual transmission, you have effectively removed the 2 most expensive things to fix on a modern car, the turbo and the automatic slush box. It is the definition of set it and forget it. It doesn't demand a master's degree in computer science to maintain. It just demands an oil change every 5,000 miles. The Honda Jazz 1.5 VTEC. In my shop, we call this the Immortal Hatchback. I have seen these things survive owners who treat their service schedule like a suggestion rather than a requirement. The 1.5-liter VTEC engine is a mechanical masterpiece of the old school. It handles short, cold start city commutes, the absolute death of most modern turbocharged engines, without breaking a sweat. Most manufacturers have moved to delicate, complex systems to meet emissions, but the Jazz just keeps going. It doesn't have air suspension that leaks or adaptive dampers that cost as much as a used motorcycle to replace. It has a basic, rugged chassis and a powertrain that laughs at heavy use. If you want a car that will still be running when your neighbor is on their 3rd trade-in, this is it.
The Toyota Corolla Hybrid. Yes, it's the Corolla. Stop rolling your eyes. You want to know what the smartest people in the industry drive? They drive this. Toyota has been iterating on this hybrid architecture for nearly 3 decades. It is the gold standard of industrial-grade engineering. There is no turbo to blow a seal. There is no dual-clutch transmission to shudder at stoplights. There is no AdBlue system to fail and leave you in limp mode. The synergy between the engine and the electric motors is so well-tuned that it barely puts any strain on the combustion components. It is a machine that refuses to participate in the planned obsolescence game. Here is the secret the brochures don't tell you. Complexity is a tax. Every single feature you add Active grille shutters, electronic parking brakes, variable suspension, complex infotainment is just another future repair bill. You are paying for features that exist to look good on a spec sheet, not to make the car last. When you see a high-end luxury car with half its electronics blinking on the dashboard, that is not advanced technology, that is a liability. You want to stop being a slave to the service department? Stop buying cars that are trying to be spaceships. Buy the car that is built like a tractor. You are currently living in an era where the industry is obsessed with selling you experience at the cost of your wallet. They want you to lease a new computer on wheels every 3 years, and they are building these machines to make sure you have to, because the cost of maintaining them out of warranty is essentially a down payment on a new one. But you don't have to play that game. Smart money, the money that actually stays in your pocket, buys engineering, not branding. It buys the vehicle that was designed to be serviceable, not just manufacturable. When you see a Toyota or a Honda with 300,000 miles on the odometer, that isn't magic. It is the result of choosing a machine where the engineers prioritized longevity over the wow factor. Don't let a slick marketing department convince you that a car is outdated because it doesn't have a 20-inch screen that tracks your mood. An outdated car is a car that starts every single time you turn the key, runs on affordable parts, and doesn't require a diagnostic computer that costs more than your first house just to change the brake pads. If you are looking at buying a car to last you the next decade, not just the next 3 years, start by looking at what the people who actually fix them for a living are driving. We don't drive what we fix all day because we want to see it again on the weekend. We drive what we know won't break. So, here's my challenge to you. Look at your driveway. If you are 10 years deep into a vehicle, what is the one thing, the one mechanical component that you've never had to touch? Is it the engine, the transmission, or did you just pick the right brand from the start? Drop a comment below. Let's talk about which vehicles have actually earned their keep in your household. And remember, keep your oil clean, keep your tires aired up, and for the love of everything, stop buying cars that are trying to be space shuttles.